you just want to dance. Drill, you're screwing up your face and you want violence, you know what I'm saying? But then I don't really check in for people.
Not a fan.
Nah.
It's not an MC though, it's not a rapper.
Like, the answer is you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to start on the bar, the 20 bar, and that's it. That's the start. Even if you're struggling on to get free out, that's the start. Because you know what? By the end of the month,
please remember to like and subscribe to Educating Idiots podcast. The more subscribers we get, the more amazing content we can bring to you. You know what? I was reading this. This is a mad story from Nottingham that's been reported in the news. Okay, Nottingham drain thieves are putting locals at risk. This is happening in Nottingham. Thieves who have stolen 84 gully grates, which cover deep rainwater drains, are putting people at risk. A councillor said, and we're urging pedestrians and cyclists to watch out for their own safety. Who the hell's going around stealing drain gullies?
For what reason? What, to sell?
Well, I don't know.
Out?
Well, you know a lot about it, Luke.
Have you done it before?
I've got 10 in the back. It's people don't nick anything. I don't want to see what that's not an intersection from that story.
What story?
Oh, well, yeah, you didn't really hear it, did you? I'm not going into it. People.
Shall we start the podcast anyway?
I'm glad you got out of that.
Yeah, I know, yeah. You go nowhere with that. Nowhere.
Who could go anywhere with it? Who the freak? Don't blame me. Blame
I
the
just
guy
saw
who
on
pulls out
Google.
all of the things on
I
the
get
computer.
Nottingham news on my
fucking
Google.
Put out that.
I get it on my Google. And yeah, I mean, people in Nottingham are stealing grates, but you know what?
Watch out, everybody.
Yeah, apart from that, Nottingham is a great city with some great people, and we've got one of them here tonight.
Yes.
We've got Jah Digga, Nottingham's hip hop artist. Jah Digga or Dan Dan.
Whatever you want.
Because I know you as Dan Dan. Like I remember.
Yeah,
you from
Dan
when we were
Dan's
kids.
more of a household name, family name.
Yeah.
But Jah Digga's more of a stage name.
Yeah, tell us about the name. Where does the name come from? What inspired
Jah
it?
Digga.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm coming from a Rastafari family, you know what I mean? So obviously the mates kind of know that. They know that. So they just ran with that name and it just stuck from young, you know what I mean? So it's just stuck with me and that's it. Let's run with it.
That's become your stage name. So you are a hip hop artist.
Yeah, hip hop, grime, spoken word.
All
of it, yeah.
Yeah. Poet, I saw your documentary on YouTube.
Yeah. It's good.
Great watch.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
Good watch.
Getting to understand you as a person, like who you really are, to see the man behind the words.
Yeah.
How did you get into hip hop? Tell us the story. Like, what inspired you?
Hip hop, you know, obviously I'm the youngest of 5, so obviously hip hop was predominant in my house. It was always playing. You know what I mean? My big brothers. So back in the day, I used to, when it was out, I used to go in their room, Nas albums, Mobb Deep albums. You know what I mean? And what I used to do, I used to get like envelopes and like a pen and just recite every single word. You know what I'm saying? That was about 11, 12. Every single word and just recite all the bars. You know what I'm saying? Till I know it off by heart. And that's the first kind of encounter I can say that I've had with music where it had me. I've resonated with it. And then from I can know that I can spit bars like off by heart. You know what I mean? Then it goes to writing your own lyrics and kind of. At first, it was a bit exaggerated, you know, as you do. But
how old was you when you realised, you know what, this is for me? I'm going to give it a go.
Like I said, about 11, 12. Like Nas Illmatic album got me. That was the first album I could say, you know what, yo, this is a bit of me.
You know, when you was reciting the words, was you consciously doing that because you knew that's something you wanted to get into, or just a love of the music and you wanted to know it?
Yeah, not at the time. Yeah. It wasn't something that I thought, I didn't even know cause I played football like from young, so I was more of a sports led, you know what I mean? But then, like I said, the Nas album, it gripped me, it got me, I resonated with it. I didn't know I wanted to make music, but like I said,
that was the starting point.
That was it. Them tunes there was like, I can do this. I can actually spit this whole tune from back to front. You know what I mean? Front to back, like.
I think it's amazing how hip hop makes people feel that music as well.
Yeah,
I grew up in St. Anne's. If you grow up in St. Anne's, you're gonna grow up loving hip hop because it's coming out of everyone's window, 100. Every car, every window. You know, and you know, I'm slightly older than you, so my first hip hop album was Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg.
See,
even though there's been a whole world of hip hop since, it's still my favorite album because it was my first one.
Yeah,
it was the first one. And hip hop, when you grow up somewhere like that, it was the first music genre, even though it was in America and it was culturally different. It resonated resonated with you as a working, coming from a working class
1000%.
family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that sense of community. It was, how have you taken that into your life? How did you connect with the music? Why do you think it resonates so much?
Yeah, that's for me. That's what I'm saying. Like I said before, it was when I first started writing my own lyrics. It was definitely exaggerated. But then as we get older and we get more confident and more comfortable with like expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're saying, with what I do anyway, I just talk about my day-to-day life, my normal going to work, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I got a tune about cleaning up the house. You know what I mean? It's called House Clean. We all clean the house, don't we? So why not make a song about it? You get me? And little like the more subtle stuff, like everyday stuff.
Yeah.
I find out that people resonate with that more because we're all doing it. You know what I mean? Nobody ain't killing 8 people. No one ain't selling kilos of drugs. Like people are, but not everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
it's almost like a positive expression. It's almost like journaling,
It's just real
but
life.
in music
familiar,
form.
familiar. It keys in with you, doesn't it? 'Cause
literally,
everyone does
it's just real life. Like it's just real life stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'd realised that the majority of people that I know and I have a rapport with can relate to that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was
So-
listening to a few of them, and they've all got sort of really familiar.
Oh, Grandma's place. I can relate to that so much.
There's a
That's
few
the
of them
hub of the family,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
and that's it. And that's the
Yeah.
pillar of the family. Grandma's place. That was one that got Gets on there from London, and a good singer from Nottingham called Georgia Copeland. She's fire. You know what I mean? And yeah, like he says, it's just
She does the vocals on the chorus.
she does the hook. Yeah,
yeah.
She's got
of course,
a sweet
yeah.
voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lovely voice.
Beautiful voice, but
I think it's an amazing thing what British hip hop's done to hip hop, though, because if you think about the 90s American hip hop, which we're all talking about, it was very exaggerated. It was very glamorized. The guns, the gangbangs, the shooting.
yeah.
And actually, even though you loved it, it was like they're them and that's us. I don't do that, but I love hearing about it.
yeah.
Where I feel like when that culture comes to Britain, that music and the British have kind of made their version, we seem to have done exactly what you've explained, made it more real.
Yeah.
Even grime, as violent as grime is, it's made it more.
It's ours.
It's ours,
It's
yeah.
ours.
It's made it more realistic to actual British situations
Yeah.
and British cultures.
like you're saying, you've just explained it though. Like in America, we can listen to a New York story or a Chicago story only to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can appreciate it, like, yo, this sounds cold, like, but hearing something coming from St. Anne's, hearing something coming from Brixton or Toxteth or Handsworth, like, we get it because it's round the corner, you know what I'm saying? So we actually get it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's us.
And equally from that, I think we've influenced America because at one point they was the big player. and
Tables are turned.
Yeah, 100%. I
Tables
mean,
are
look
turned.
at the situation with Drake. He endorses a hell of a lot of
Yeah,
British
yeah.
artists. He was involved in Top Boy as well, wasn't he? I think.
Yeah.
So they do tend to like our culture as much as we like theirs as well.
Like
Don't
it says, tables are turned, like, for me, like, and that's because we championed our own instead of
Individuality,
looking at and being influenced by them, by Americans.
I
or
feel like a
whoever
few
it is.
tried it, but it's never really worked out, has it?
Until we done it. The first one for me, like, was kind of who done it properly, like, that got me was Dizzy Rascal.
I was just about to ask you, where do you think Dizzy sits in all this?
Yeah.
This is a goat. Like, he's a goat. Like, I grew up on Dizzy, like, Sidewinder tape packs, you know what I mean? When he first come out, he was raw. He was exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Streets.
He did all the festivals and
You know what I'm saying? It was epic, you know what I mean? Even though he tried to go mainstream and kind of watered it down for the mainstream, but you can't forget where it came from, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. The mainstream, though, he changed a lot in the mainstream. Like, what genre does that fit in? Does that fit in grime? Does it fit in hip hop?
That's kind of pop. It's kind of pop, innit? It's pop.
Yeah,
it's
it is
just pop.
pop.
It's chart music, innit? Like,
Yeah.
I get it. It was a business move, innit? It's trying to get the bread, trying to get the
look at
coins
him.
in, which is, it's a business, innit? But
Yeah.
we know what he's done. His resume, CV, it stands for itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a goat, like,
Yeah. Because
Was only a couple-
Wiley called him out, didn't he? What, you know, saying that you left grime, you left us all, you went and did your own thing, and
But
like,
to be fair, Wiley tried to go mainstream. He tried to go mainstream. He had a feud, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
he
it was
did,
it was a bit poppy, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Even though it didn't have a lasting time as Dizzy did, but
Yeah.
they all try it, don't they? They all try and get that bread in, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think when the money's on the table, it's going to be hard not to say yes, isn't it?
if they're offering big bread,
Yeah,
just to, you know what I
yeah.
mean, to water it down a little bit, they're gonna do it. They're gonna
Yeah,
do it because
yeah.
they've got families to feed. They've got, you know what I mean. They've got people to.
yeah.
I think
to
with
look
the,
after.
with the YouTube and stuff like that, it can be more individual now as well, can't it? There's more of an angle to be able to put your music out there and be individual.
A lot more
Yeah.
freedom.
Your own channel, your
Yeah.
own page. With, like I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, with Dizzy and them, like, they come up on an era where it weren't really what we got now.
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Don't want no
Because
Instagram.
on your YouTube, you can see your character, who you are, everything,
Yeah.
and the whole thing
Wait,
around you.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
you-
makes the music
You
resonate
can be
more.
yourself. Yeah, you can be yourself.
But Dizzy did it through the old traditional way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was harder.
So he had to change up a little bit. That's what he's doing to get there. When you think about the evolution of music in Britain, like hip hop in Britain, I listened to a really interesting interview with Stormzy, and the interview was questioning him on his knowledge of music. And he dropped a Biggie Smalls lyric in the Juicy song. He went, "What song's that from?" All the ones he got right, he went, "Oh, I don't know it, man. You're gonna kill me. I'm not a hip hop guy. I'm a grime guy."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So, tell me about that then. What's the difference? What's your view on that?
Yeah, well, like we just explained it, grime is English. Like grime is a British culture, British, 100% raw British. Hip hop kind of stemmed from America, well, Jamaica, then America, and then the English kind of tapped into it. Like, you get me, with the UK hip hop, but with grime, it's straight English. Like, you're not gonna get American grime, or if you are, it's gonna sound a bit mad because.
Although it sounds, they're trying to take some elements of them, aren't there? Some of these young hip hop people.
They're trying, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Where would drill music fit in with that genre? Is that grime? Is that the same sort of?
Drill's drill.
How would you explain drill to a novice?
Drill, for me, it's just patterns, drum patterns for me, like drum patterns. But people would say, like, obviously, like, for me, you can't have a genre based on concepts, if you get what I'm saying. So, because you're talking about a certain stuff, that don't determine the genre. Because I could sing a country song and talk greasy.
Yeah.
That don't mean it's drill. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it goes off the production. So it's the drum patterns, which it comes from Chicago. You know what I mean?
What, drill?
Yeah, drill's a Chicago thing.
Wow, I did not know that. No, I didn't know that.
That's a Chicago thing. And then the UK lads, they kind of done the same thing what they've done with hip hop.
Yeah.
And kind of ran with it and kind of.
Do you think the drill music, though, some of the lyrics in drill music are taking things a different direction?
Yeah, it's greasy. It's back to NWA. Remember when NWA came? It was gangster rap, innit? So drill is gangster music.
Gangster grime, like gangster.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's gangster music. Like, they're talking whatever they're talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And even back in the 90s, I remember just about what NWA, the hysteria it caused.
That's what I'm saying.
And everyone's like, "Oh, this is evil," and people getting say, and people are saying now the same about drill music. Do you think it's just another exaggeration, like it was back in the 90s?
Yeah, well, it's to be fair, it's got influence. Because music's very influential, innit? Music's influential. It's powerful. Music's powerful. So for me, artists have a responsibility. If they've got a following, like, they've got a responsibility to kind of cater for the following, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm out here saying murder, kill, and then 1,000 kids are murdering and killing, like, then I've got to take a bit of responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Responsibility.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the freedom of expression and to getting things off their chest, a lot of people have been through a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. So,
well, you got to. Where's the boundaries of saying something inappropriate and then poetry and art?
Yeah.
So when do we class something as poetry and art? So in the news, as I'm sure you're familiar with, people like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson, and they're saying things that people are in uproar about.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, I could go onto BBC Sounds, and listen to drill music and grime music and hip hop music where they're talking about killing and
glorifying
robbing
it
and raping and glorifying it.
Yeah.
Why, as a musician, where do you see the justification in that?
It's purely they can sell it. They can make bread from it, because this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. These organizations, these
down to money. It's down to
these
money.
establishments are going into the inner cities, seeing a 17-year-old who's got a buzz on TikTok, on Instagram. They're saying, "Hey, what? Here's 50K advance. We need you to do what you do," and they're selling it. So we're gonna put it on all the radios. We're gonna put it on all the adverts. We're gonna put, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put you on wireless, and then the kids are following it. So it's only down to money. If it wasn't a buzz, they wouldn't be putting it in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep. It's
so deep. So freedom of expression. What boundaries do you put in, if any?
For me, I just keep it. You know what I mean? My boundaries are, like, for me, I have to keep it 100% true to what I would do as a person. You know what I mean? Personally, like, if I'm, like I said, I'm not gonna say things that I'm not really about. Like, that was when I was 11, 12. I'm not 11, 12 now. You know what I mean? So I'm only gonna give you my day to day, my what I'm going through. Like, if I'm in a dark place, I'm gonna talk about I'm in a dark place. If I'm jolly and I'm excited and I want to party and get liquored or whatever, I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? What we do, and you get me. So for me, it's
more about the feeling then, as opposed to
which comes across the music. That's
music's a feeling.
Yeah, well, I watched. I've been looking at your channel over the past couple of days and looking at some of your tracks.
We all have,
we all. So what I love about you is that exactly what you just said. Then on one track called Therapy, you're going deep.
Yeah.
On the next track, you talk about cleaning your house. The house clean one's my favourite one, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just so bright and fun.
Yeah,
I
that's
even
it.
sent it to my wife and said, this one's for you, because she's a house cleaning freak. She loves it.
And that's it.
And it was so fun and light-hearted on the back of just the other one that you did. What was it called? Where you're in the Blue Forest top on the video and you talk about your baby.
Yeah, the baby monster. The baby
Listen
monster.
to me.
Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah.
Know that
Yeah.
was sick.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah, yeah.
favourite.
Wait, that
That's my
what blew
favourite.
me away. The way that you rapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The emotion.
Yeah.
Like I got it. I felt everything
I've got
you
some-
feeling.
That was it, and
It
that's what I'm trying to say.
hooked
That's what I try and do. I try and put the feeling what I was going through into the
You
art,
could see it.
Yeah, you
into
can
the
see
art.
it,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? The passion, the disappointment, the rage, the all of it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And that's for me. That's what music is. That's the art.
I suppose you
What did Baby Mama 2 think of the song?
You know what? She was all right with it. You know? She was all right. She was all right with it. You know? She was all right.
anyone that checked it out, get on Jah Digga,
Hey, listen,
check
it's
it out.
artistic freedom. You
Yeah.
can do
In
that.
fact, I'm going to put a card up. I'm going to put a card
Yeah,
up.
that's
Click
it.
straight
That's
off
it.
that,
That's it.
Yeah, it is sick. It is sick. So I suppose going through all this, another thing that I thought was, it's like performers. Like, how many different characters are you discovering about yourself? One guy who's loving cleaning houses, and one you talk about being at home with your wife. The next thing you talk about baby modes.
Yeah.
All those different kind of characters. Like, how much do you learn about
Do you know
yourself?
what it is? Like it's life, innit? For me, it's just life. Like we all, like, even if I wasn't spitting bars, like we all kind of like, you probably go through the day and be like, yo, you know what? I got kind of mad at that. I was angry at that. Why did that trigger me? Or you know what? That tickled me that day, and you was just laughing out of nowhere. That we all kind of go through the motions of life, innit? It's just the fact that I can put it into words and kind of express it in that art form. We kind of, everybody's got their kind of gift where they can express it and do what they do. You know what I mean? You lot do the podcast thing. Not everybody can do this and sit down.
Yeah.
I told you, I put these cameras in front of my mates, they'll freeze. They wouldn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody's got that gift. So for me, it's just like, you just got to kind of delve into it, man. And the more you do it, the more confidence you get at it. And the more you kind of, like you're saying, you learn about yourself.
Yeah.
It's like therapy, growth. You
It's
grow as a
literally-
person, don't you?
It's literally therapy.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
that's how I.
Because you're putting yourself out there, aren't you? Yeah.
Vulnerability as well.
Open
Like
book.
you're showing everybody where
Just
you're at,
creative
what you're
expression,
feeling.
innit?
And that's what I learned as well. That's what I learned. Like, obviously, like before, I would kind of do the hard man thing, like not really show emotions. You know what I mean? But art is emotion. Art is it's about emotions. You know, like you're saying, you wouldn't have got the rage or the anger or the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, people,
Through the music, if I didn't put the emotion in, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because as the viewer, I'm feeling everything, and not only am I feeling it, I'm relating to it.
This is it.
When I was in a similar
that's what I mean. 'Cause
situation, or
people
felt that
look,
emotion.
people look for
it.
big beauty and big, and like say, if you're doing the small intricacies in the day, the beautiful things
The
that people
detail, yeah.
miss. Do you know what I mean?
This is it.
Yeah.
That's what
exactly
makes it interesting.
That's
yeah.
exactly it.
Mm.
That's exactly it. It's pretty simple when you look at it, but
No, yeah, but
like I said, everybody wants to do the charts thing. Everybody wants to do the nice car, the gal in the background shaking the back air, whatever. The rollers,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I get it, because that is part of life there where we can do that bit,
Yeah.
but we're not doing that bit every single day and every hour of the day. You know what I mean?
Exactly, we're being real people.
We're being real people. and
There's
that's what
also
it
an
is.
element though of clickbait with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
But, you know,
get
shiny stuff. Let's click on it, and it's a business thing. And you know, there's that rumor. I don't know if it's true that Biggie Smalls, when he recorded Juicy, actually he had nothing at that point. You know, P Diddy told him what to say, what to sing.
Possibly.
Make out you've got all of it, and it will come to you. And that's exactly what happened, and it
Yeah,
drops. It came to
possibly.
him.
Possibly.
Like, have you ever thought about? We talked about Dizzy going mainstream. Have you ever thought about like?
Not right now.
No.
Like for me, not right now. Like I can't really. I'm not living it. I'm still walking down Wells Road, mate. You know what I mean? I'm walking across Chase. I'm not going to be talking about things. You know what I'm saying?
Or even changing your music style. Like, have you ever thought about going mainstream, or do you want to keep it raw? Like what you're doing, like that rawness, that emotion, and that real hip hop feel that you get from your music.
Yeah.
Is
I'm always going to do that, but I'm definitely open to working, because remember, music's about expression, as we've said. It's about networking. So I might come across, I don't know, a fire drum and bass producer and production artist, and he might say, you know what, Jah, you see that rawness what you've got on there, give me 2 verses, I'm gonna put it on a drum and bass production, and it might go mad, like it might you know what I mean? That's how it works. That's how it works.
Stay
like,
open-minded.
But
Like,
it
never
comes
keep
from
it.
your
Never
content,
lock
the
a
truth,
door.
though.
Yeah.
It come from your like you said. You're not willing to. I don't think you'd enjoy it if you wasn't telling the truth.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
not. Definitely not.
Talk about producers. Who's producing and engineering these tracks, because they sound amazing.
Yeah,
Look amazing.
well, I work with a few producers. You know, Nick Stez. I've always got to shout out Nick Stez. Is one of the goats of Nottingham. Like, he's a proper like musician. You know what I mean? He's not just one of these beat makers who just get the program up and paint the drums in and painting. He's actually playing the drums, playing the saxophone, playing the flute. So it's all, you get what I'm saying?
Raw talent, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. But he's been in it for years, though. It's definitely, we call him the professor. He knows everything about music. Well, I think he does anyway. So he's sick.
That's the one with the glasses in the documentary,
yeah,
innit?
that's Nick Stairs.
You can tell he loves his
he's
his
sick.
art.
Proper musician. He's a man like me, but
He's mastered his craft, hasn't he?
sick, sick,
you can
sick.
see it.
Then we've got people like Kirk Spencer is another one, very sick. Riddler, shout out to Riddler. There's also some kids now, because there's some kids that come to the studio now. A guy called Toby, he's sick. He's about 18.
Yeah.
Come from the uni, come from Confetti, but he's sick at it. You get what I'm saying? Jediah, big up Jediah, is another young one he kind of does like the drilly thing, but
there's good
he's
young
sick at
talent
it.
then. That's what I mean. So
He's
they're still
sick.
producing good young talent.
Yeah.
Are these all locally based as well?
Local,
Nottingham.
nuts, yeah,
even
nuts, yeah.
And the
better.
thing is with drill as well. Do you feel that is resonating with the youth of today?
Yeah,
the
the
young
youths,
kids of today. Like
they love drill.
they love it, don't they?
They love
Yeah,
drill.
yeah.
Youths love drill.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
remember, like I said, I grew up on like grime, Dizzy, all that. Drill is like the new grime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drill is the new grime.
In reality, in politics, don't have a go at me. Politics.
Don't have a go at
Don't
me.
get one that's serious.
There are people out there that are, because I've been a youth worker for years. I'm in
Sick.
that game. I'm not like face to face anymore, but I spent
Yeah,
years working with
yeah.
kids, so I understand it. And kids always need something to relate to, and there are people that are saying that behaviours of children, rise in knife crime, all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is drill music helping with that? Is it having any impact on that? What are your views?
It's like I said, it's definitely drill and the concepts of what they're coming in with the drill music. Like the drill music for me, like I said, it's a production. So the beat, if you play the beat alone, maybe some of them deeper ones might say, yo, the frequencies of the beats is making you feel bad. But the production,
So that's what I didn't even think about that. So
Yeah.
you look at actually like the frequency of the
the-
mood of the beat.
Yeah,
and
of course.
how
Yeah.
that will make you
it's
feel.
a low frequency. So it's going to get you in that.
Yeah, that.
You know what I mean? It's not going to get you jolly. Like if you play like a house tune or a garage tune, you
Yeah.
just want to dance.
Yeah.
Drill, you're
Get your
screwing,
belly on.
you're screwing up your face, and
Yeah.
you want violence. You know what I'm saying? But then the vocalist is putting violence on top of a moody beat, a depressed beat. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, like it's definitely influencing these kids. We can't sit here and say it's not. Guy, it definitely is.
Yeah.
If you're talking about chefing and shooting your gun and doing this, that, and the third, and the kids are listening to it.
Chefing, that is that's using knives.
Knives, yeah.
Chefing. No, I didn't know that. I just wanted to double check that.
Yeah.
Chefing.
Yeah, using knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids are listening to it in flocks. Like, come on, it's proof in the pudding. Like,
Yeah.
what's the
Could that be subjective though as well? I agree with that, but also individually, at what point the kid's in its life. If it's in a good position, can you take that positively? If they're in a bad position, are they going to be affected in a different sort of way?
Depending on what mood they're in or what
Exactly,
they've experienced.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like,
Because you could get one kid who, like you say, screw-faced, angry, something's gone off, not feeling it, and just anger. But then another kid might listen to it and go, oh, I'm feeling this beat, but I'm feeling it in a positive way.
I'm going to get in the gym, I'm going to run a 5K. Or
Exactly that. So state of mind then. Depends what state of mind you're in as well, I suppose.
100%. But like I says, collectively, if a collective are doing one thing, it speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they're all, you know what, I could say, what does a drill kid look like? We've all got the same image in our head.
Yeah.
Why is that? That's not by coincidence. Do you know what I mean? We all know them little masks, the puffer coat, the
Trackies.
3 pairs of joggers on, the patch, the gloves. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's not by coincidence. It's a design. Like it's actually a design.
Yeah.
And you can walk through town now. You're gonna see at least 15 of them.
Creating a culture.
Yeah.
It's a culture.
Yeah.
It's a culture.
Yeah.
And they do that on purpose, don't they, to sell records?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Big money, isn't it? Big money business.
Even that, I had a conversation. It's mad that you say this because it's kind of moving from the young lads now with that drill costume. Now they're focusing on young women to be little slags, to be little hoes.
Oh, what's that? Yeah, do you know what? My friend said this. Exactly
100%.
that. There's a new song out, and this lady, I'd love to know the name of it now, but she said something, and it's said over and over again in the chorus, and it's something to do with like going out and getting having sex or whatever.
This is it.
But my friend has got a 13-year-old daughter, and she was like feel it when it came on. She was like, I love this.
Yeah,
And he was like, are you not listening to what they're saying though? Why are you loving it?
It goes in subconsciously.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the-
scary.
It's
Yeah.
powerful. It's
Yeah.
powerful. You got Cardi B talking about wet ass pussy.
Oh, wet ass
Yeah.
was mad.
Not
Yeah.
many people talk about the respect. Like you seem to respect the music and the
Art,
words.
man, the
and it's
art
the
of it.
art.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that people don't realize.
Is Cardi
it
B an
does have-
artist?
Well,
She is. She is.
He said that.
She's a very successful
She
one.
is. She is.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
she's got dough. That's
Yeah,
that's the
wow.
question.
she's influential.
She's
Very influential.
Yeah, very. But like, is that good? Isn't she like one of the top TikTok
Yeah,
stars? I think she's like
possibly.
literally up there, one of the biggest
Yeah.
followings.
Possibly, yeah. 100%.
I read a story that she was put there by the establishment to,
Oh, go on.
Industry plant.
industry plant
Industry
to rival Nicki Minaj. That's
What do you
I
mean an
read.
industry plant? What, like they've manufactured the whole
Created,
thing?
yeah,
created
created, yeah.
Wiley claims that Storms is an industry plant.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
What to go against Skepta? Because Skepta was just taking over at them, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Skepta's a goat in this thing. See, Skepta,
Yeah.
is independent. So Skepta's another guy. Like
Yeah.
he was a DJ at first.
I know he was.
a
Yeah.
DJ,
Yeah.
then a producer, then he was an MC last, and now like he's gone back to the DJ. Which he's smashing it with the like.
Which
these
is
house
mad
tunes
when you
and
think
that.
about it, because he was in music all that long, and he's how sick he is. Like how it took him that long to start rapping.
to start rapping. Yeah,
Mm.
because his little brother was the guy JME. He was the
Is that
main.
his little brother?
That's his brother.
I never knew that.
JME, yeah, JME.
Oh.
That's his brother.
To be fair though, that's a long running story in a lot of the look at Kanye West, how he was producing for so long before
Yeah.
he became this big
Yeah,
massive
yeah.
superstar. But I
Yeah.
suppose if you're in that industry, any foot in the door, and if you love it, you're going to be
No
involved
one
in
believed
any.
in Kanye. That's why. No one
No,
thought he was
well,
good
apart
enough.
from himself.
He had to put his
Ultimate
own video.
music,
Put his own video out, didn't he?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
watched the
Kanye,
documentary on
It's
Netflix?
sick, yeah.
Wicked,
Yeah.
wicked.
It's
I
a lot.
haven't.
It's
I
like
need to
five-
watch
Yeah,
that.
It's like
Put it on
5
your list.
episodes.
Yeah,
Each one's
dude.
about an hour and a
Sick,
half.
sick.
It's good.
Oh, is it a series? It's not a.
No, what he did. No, when at the beginning when he was broke, when he had nothing,
Yeah.
he got someone to film his life. He was a nobody.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he's got his whole journey on camera. And people would say to him, "Is this guy with you?" He's like, "Oh, he's filming my life." They'd be like, "All right, Kanye." You see, like, a guy with his backpack on, like,
Go to the shot.
yeah,
It's the fine line between insanity and.
ultimate confidence.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's the.
He knew he was going to make it.
Well,
no
there you
matter
go. Yeah. So
But look,
who's
if you
wrong?
look at that though, he's documenting everything before. He kind of knew like because content is the new
Yeah,
the new
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Content,
Yeah.
the more content you got now, that's the money. Content is the money.
So
So
he was a visionary. He could see
definitely a
the future.
visionary.
Yeah, yeah.
1,000%.
Kanye's
Kanye
genius.
is
I
a
love
genius.
I think
People
he's
like
a
that can
genius,
see
yeah.
10 years ahead. I like, why can they see 10 years ahead? But they definitely could. And you think there's a few people that get dotted about the world
Yeah, yeah,
and they can see, and then you can see it. And that, especially with his music, you can see it.
yeah. Kanye's a genius.
Yeah, he is a genius.
Well, although you don't, he was on the verge of being cancelled, wasn't he? Like he
Still is on the verge of being cancelled.
Well,
isn't he?
at least
he's
he's
flirting
seen,
with
yeah.
it now.
Always is, isn't it?
Because
Yeah.
he's come out against the establishment.
Yeah,
And he's even claiming that people like Jay-Z are a part of the establishment.
yeah.
He's saying these like they've bought all these guys. It's all about Dre, everyone. Like,
And what's
What-
the deal with Diddy as well? He's just released a load of. Didn't Mace have a massive case against him because he kept the publishing rights to all the music, but now he's slowly letting them all come back because he's getting so much stick for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Diddy's always been a weird one. I don't really check him for Diddy.
Not a fan.
Nah.
he's
bit of a weird one.
not an MC though. He's not a rapper, is he? He's a producer. He just
Yeah.
he just released one album, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
He's a producer who liked the camera, innit?
Yeah, that's what
He
he
loves
is.
the camera. He
Yeah.
loves
Yeah.
it.
Art is as
Yeah.
well.
Who produces your videos as well? Like, who's that cameraman? Because they're good productions.
Yeah, fire. So Luke Radford is local, big videographer. Derry Shalito is another one, sick. Jamal Sterrett, that's Nick's son, the producer.
Oh,
so he's
yeah.
from a house full of just
Creative.
creatives. Yeah. Not Jamal Edwards. Rest in peace, Jamal Edwards. Jermaine Edwards. Sorry. There's loads. Shout out Jasmine. There's a young girl. She does videographer. Jasmine Ganji visuals. There's loads of them. You know
Well,
what I mean?
loads of them that are working with you.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you know, how
loads.
do you know all these people? Like, I know you're a big name around Nottingham.
Just
People know you are.
through working in it, just like seeing like, yo, that's kind of sick, you know, yo, let's I got something, let's kind of work, or just networking and kind of like this, because I like to just flex with creatives, innit? I'd rather just chill with like a bunch of creatives and then kind of just create something from nothing than just not be around the stiffs, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
who's not really creative. It's kind of we're not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just being in like a gene pool of talent. Like, who wouldn't want to be there? It's
This is
mixing
it.
around that sort
This
of.
is it. This
if
is
you
it.
create your life like that, then you're not working a day, are you?
This is it. It's easy. It's easy.
And you can see it in your smile. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. When you talk
I'm
about it,
jealous how happy you are. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's
What are you
easy,
doing every
man.
day?
Can I come with you?
he wants to hang around with you. That's what it is. He wants to be-
That's what that was. Could
That's
he
what-
hang around with you?
Yeah.
Is
He
it
wants to be
both?
cool.
Saying it. He's not saying
Is
it.
involved?
He wants to be cool. He wants to be cool. So, you're making a good living out of this thing, clearly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this is
it's
your
alright.
life. This is
Yeah,
this is
yes,
what you do.
yeah,
This
it's
is your
alright.
job.
Up and down.
Yeah. What's where do you want to take it? Are you happy to keep going? Are you trying to get a deal? Are you trying to make
Nah,
just more videos?
Yeah,
Like,
for
what?
me, it's just like I said, it's all about creating. So what we've got planned now, I'm trying to do I went to go watch Lion King. To be fair, Lion King in London, West End.
Musical, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the best things I've
Seen
ever
it.
seen.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
brilliant.
Absolutely
Have
incredible.
you seen it as well?
Yeah, it's
Top
incredible.
tier. Like it
The
blew me
talent
away.
is unreal.
Unreal.
The production as well.
Yeah,
is unbelievable.
crazy.
Yeah.
So that day kind of planned. I said I want to do a musical. Like I want to do like a Poets Off the Ends musical and just kind of just tell like inner city stories. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
through poetry, acting, music, and you get me. So that's what we're kind of. I'm linking with a geezer called Tommy Farmyard, one of my good brethren. Like, and we're just kind of early stages of that. You know what I mean? So by next year we're gonna be touring that like Nottingham, Birmingham, Manor, Bristol, like just tour it all over. And if it expands to what I believe it can expand to, who knows? You know what I mean? That's
Sounds
one of them.
amazing. Sounds
Yeah,
exciting.
it's
That
sick,
does, yeah.
it's sick.
I'm
Like just
impressed.
like, you know what I mean? A bunch of the man them
Yeah.
in a theatre play. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Listen, I want to let me know when it comes out. I'm going to watch it.
yeah, it'll be sick. It'll be sick. And just told like inner city stories, like we was talking about earlier. Like just I don't know. You know how it goes already.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
inner city stories, man. But in a theatre outlook. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm gonna keep doing the shows, like my personal shows, Jah Digga, up and down, throughout the country.
How can people go to that? Is it advertised? Like, is
what
there?
the shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Is it on your Insta? or-
on all the social
Okay.
social medias at Jah Digga on Twitter,
Cool.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of it. So yeah, shows all the time, all out the country. What else is there? Obviously, I do the workshops in the schools as well. We do the workshops.
What's
yeah.
that?
Like, so we do like creative writing workshops.
You do that now?
Yeah, production workshops. So we do go not like the academies, not an
I bet
academy.
you get inspiration from that, don't you?
Yeah,
the
because
kids,
you know what it is, like, come on, in school, like the teacher telling you about
Yeah.
Hastings 1066. They don't want to hear that. Like. They don't want to hear that.
Nobody does. Nobody
That's
does.
exactly, yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? They'd rather do some creative writing,
Exactly.
writing some bars,
Yeah.
or you get me, kind of understanding the structure of how you write bars, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, because who tells you? Who told you that? How did you learn how to write?
Nas, mate.
What, listen to that.
Nas.
Really?
Yeah,
Like,
that-
deconstructing
Just doing it.
Yeah, it was just doing it, and just different. Because Nas is a big storyteller, like, you know what I'm saying. So like, this the way how he writes bars and how he constructs them. It's like, you know what I mean. I just kind of learned off, just keep on doing, and then from then I write my own lyrics, and it's just
Through that positive role model of Nas, that's exactly what you're doing in the workshops now. It's
Literally.
almost like you give,
Literally.
you get back what you give out.
Yeah,
don't
that's
you?
what
and
10
it's
years.
beautiful to
That's
see, man. Like, you know, when like in the school they come across like a hard to work with young person, but you see them blossoming like through things that they resonate with. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just to see that, it's a
It's a sense of achievement. That is.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
it's a
feel
beautiful.
good.
And the teachers, like, I don't know, they're probably from, I don't know where they're from. They're probably from Blidworth or Ollerton or somewhere like that. Can't handle these little youths from.
Just don't know
Raglan
how
or-
to relate. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's good to see, like, they're in like amazement, like. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
How did you get him, who's been expelled for 3 weeks, to
Yeah.
kind of engage? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well,
And
that's where they can learn a thing.
But
or
at
two,
least the
innit?
school's making that effort though to bring you guys in and do that work.
It's
with them.
about time, though. It's about time.
Yeah, it is about time because we
It's
didn't have that
about
when we were kids.
Yeah,
we didn't
none-
have
none
that.
of
Do
it,
you know what I
none
mean?
of
You
it.
couldn't say I want to learn how to write hip hop. You're just like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Get back to algebra.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what they
It's
say.
true.
But you mentioned about Nas and what resonated with him and the fact he's such a good storyteller.
Yeah.
So is that what you're doing? You're trying to do? Is there a theme that you're trying to put out to the world? Is
Yeah,
it a
yeah,
single message, or do you try and tell lots of different stories?
Yeah, there's many messages in the pot. There's many messages. Like I said, it just depends if like I said, if I'm in a dark place and I'm feeling kind of depressed, or I'm just feeling anxious, I'm gonna talk about the anxiety. I'm gonna talk about the depression. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna talk about mental health. If it's, you know what I mean? If I've some youths will come to me and say, "Joe, I've been in an altercation, knife this or whatever," then we're gonna talk about the serious stuff. You know what I mean? If it's a crackhead because I don't discriminate. If it's a crackhead on the road and he's talking about addictions and that, let's talk about it, because I've got family members who are addicted to kind of drugs, and you know what I'm saying, mates who are kind of
Yeah, it's
been on
realer than you think. It's closer than you think.
it's all around us. It's
We're
all
5
around
minutes
us.
away from all them people.
All
Yeah,
around us,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So there's many stories, and this is what I want to put across in the theatre play, you know what I mean? I'm going to put all these stories across, like through addiction, through domestic violence, through knife crime, through mental health, through just even positive stuff, like just someone just making it, like doing what they desire to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's many people like that. It's not all doom and gloom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because storytelling is such a massive, powerful part of all of human history. Has anyone ever read The Hero's Journey? Do you read?
Yeah.
You read The Hero's Journey?
Yeah.
Michael, you read The Hero's Journey? Yeah. Joseph Campbell is a guy that basically studied every religious book, every story he's ever told, and he got one theme through the whole thing. It's The Hero's Journey. And now you can find that in films and books and all sorts. And
What's it about?
essentially, The Hero's Journey is every main character of every story goes through the exact same process. It's all about going through something, learning, failing, learning from that, and then they make a comeback. And it's essentially a comeback story all the time. Do you know what I mean? That everyone, and he's saying that everyone has got a some sort of comeback story.
Trying and failing and getting up and brushing off and going again.
Life is
that's
a
life.
story.
So I'm gonna give you a deep question here now, Dan. So if you could summarize what your story as to like to get to this point where you are today, like, what's your story?
My story is like living loss, a lot of loss. I've seen a lot. Like I can't, like it's way past double figures the amount of people I've lost out here, you know what I mean? But not falling victim to that, you know what I mean? Not falling victim to that, kind of making a positive out of something, like a something out of nothing, you know what I mean? It's that kind of story. So I'm not gonna delve into negativity through negativity, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try and make blossom and make a positive out of this kind of shit that we've been through, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I kind of do in my life. We have to live life, we have to kind of see the cup's full, in it. Like it's not half empty, it's full. That's how I kind of look at it. Even though we've been dealt a bad hand, like we still got to kind of mix and kind of make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, no one ain't knocking on our door. No one ain't saying, yo, Jah, come, here's 500 grand, do what you want to do. Nobody's doing it. So we have to kind of make it ourselves, you know what I mean? And this is why I appreciate being a creative person, because not everybody's creative, and I've got a gift that I can kind of create and try and build, you know what I mean, and bring others along and build with them. So that's my journey, man. That's my thing.
You know, when you talk about that, like watching, you know, like your energy and your body language,
Well,
your positivity, like,
comes out.
you can just feel it radiating from you.
100%, yeah.
But unfortunately, not everybody's got that ability. So, how, you know, through music or doing a play, like how do you get that message to people? That glass is full, like
leading by example. Like for me, you have to lead by example. You have to do, innit? Like people say to me, I'll tell you, I'm trying, Jah. I'm saying no. We have to switch that vocab up. Like we're not trying, we're doing it. We're doing. There's a difference between trying and doing. We're doing, you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of attitude we're working with. Like, so we have to just kind of lead by example, don't procrastinate, and just pencil it in and get it done. Because once it's done, and we're on to the next one. We've got to get that done now. And then once that's done, we're done. And once people see it, like they believe in it.
Yeah.
See it, and
I'm so impressed. Like you're an amazing, positive role model. Like I'm so impressed.
100%.
Do you think? How did you get that mentality? Did you learn that? Was you born with it? Is it something you've?
No, everything's learned. I believe everything's learned. Yeah, you learn it. Like we learn along.
So for the people out there who struggle with that mindset, what you're saying is it's not something you're just given. You can strive towards that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's like you go to the gym. Yeah. You get the bar on the chest press.
Yeah.
You've got the chest press. You can do 3. Now you're gonna put the 5s on. You're not gonna go in there and put 100 key on straight away. It's consistency. You have to. Everything's consistent. The more you do, the more confident you get. The more stronger you get.
Yeah.
Mental strength, like you know what I mean. And that's it. Like it's just like going to the gym. It's mental gym. So the more we, like, if I say, yo, you know what, I'm gonna try and say hello to 5 people a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I know it, that's just a norm now. So now I'm saying it to 10 people. So, hello, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I started doing it the day. I thought, right, I'll have 5 positive things in a day. And then you just start speaking to people. I spoke to someone in a card shop.
There you
Start
go.
to get to know her. And I was like, oh, that would have never happened. So yeah.
Never. And that's it.
And you leave with a smile on your face as well. It's a feel-good thing, isn't it?
Beautiful. It's beautiful. And this is just the self-training that we have to do. Like we have to kind of train ourselves to do that. Like it might only last for 15 minutes the first time you try it, or not even that, 5 minutes.
Mm.
But the more you do it, the more you're putting in.
And you
in
said
the
something
tank.
really important that you said earlier. No one's knocking on my door. No one's going to do it for me.
No one.
But that's really interesting that you've come up with that, and I agree with you because is there sometimes something unconscious that people think they're going to get help or going to get rescued at some
100%.
point? Something's going to change at some point.
100%.
I'm going to buy a lottery
they're
ticket.
gonna
Maybe
wait.
that.
They're
Maybe
gonna
if
wait,
God
yeah.
will.
1,000%. Like
Yeah.
most of the kids, most of the young people in my community, that's exactly how they think. They think that somebody's gonna come and just give them everything. Like, and I'm saying it don't work like that. Like you have to graft.
Well, the thing, like, I'm going to be a YouTube star and I'm just going to become it. And then, like, even us just doing this, the amount of work that is behind us, so many things that these kids don't even realize.
And they're waiting on a viral moment. Most of these youths
yeah.
are waiting on a viral moment, but I'm saying that viral moment has to be so extreme, and it still might not make it viral. So let's not wait on that.
You're just rolling dice, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just rolling dice every day, hoping for the best.
Literally, and it's not that. Like he says, like you guys know, you have to graft. You have to put in work. It's organisation. It's efficiency. It's knocking energies together and doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You also mentioned the word earlier, procrastination. Now,
Yeah.
I think this is massively underrated. This is such a big thing in society that we don't talk about enough. I can relate to this because when I went, I kind of flopped school, and then later on in life, I went back to uni because I wanted to like rectify that.
Yeah.
And I started off all enthusiastic, and I'm doing it. And I'm into it's a part-time degree, so it's 6 years, but it still feels more than part-time.
Yeah.
And by year 4, like I'm fatigued.
Yeah,
I'm not
knackered.
doing it, and I'm procrastinating. Like, I don't know why. It's like a little monkey bouncing around my head going,
Yeah.
"Don't do it.
Yeah.
Play Xbox." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
I have that.
FIFA.
Yeah.
This is what's happening, right? And someone said to me, "You know what, Jay? You know, if you loved what you were doing, you wouldn't procrastinate. You don't love it anymore." And I was like, "Shit, yeah, it's dropped a bomb on me now." Like, I was loving it, and actually it became an ordeal. And in the end, it was great getting it, but it was so difficult.
Yeah.
And even after going through that, I still can't come up with the solution to defeat procrastination.
Yeah.
Like, what do you ever experience it now?
100%. Procrastination's it's like you said,
It's
it's
a bitch.
massive.
But
It's
with your
massive.
lyrics as well.
Yeah, like not even that. There's been times where I've got big shows to go to, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I don't know, like questioning myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I won't go to the performance, and it's a big show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who could have been in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it happens all the time. But like I says, for me, the fear of failing and fear of like doing, like you have to walk towards it. You have to walk towards fear because it's an illusion, innit? Like fear, you make up the story. You're literally making up something in your head. You don't know if it's gonna happen. There's no.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you just have to walk towards it, and like I says, you got to do, and that defeats procrastination. The more you do, the less procrastination it is because you've penciled it in. Like today, I'm not gonna lie. You've messaged me. I nearly made an excuse.
Really?
I nearly made an excuse. But, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to go in a car. I told the man them I'm going to come.
Are you glad you come?
Yeah, mate. 'cause
We're well glad you came.
I'm like, trust me, I'm glad I came, mate. Car.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm around creatives and
Yeah.
it's expression, innit? We're all,
Yeah.
it's just this expression. It's a form of
Mate,
expression.
your
so.
message needs to be heard as well.
You need to run the country. That's what you need to do. Like, I'm loving this
I'm
positivity.
more positive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not going to press.
Yeah, that's
Get
it
in
then.
them schools, Jar. Honestly, mate.
man,
If that's the message you're
That's
putting
it.
out there, it can only be good.
That's
Like,
it.
go to my kid's school. Like, honestly,
That's
like,
it.
Do you
that's-
find though on that though, the positive message is harder to get across?
Of course
than
it is. If
Do
I
you
was
know what I mean?
talking, I'm telling you now, if I was talking about, like I says, murder, kill,
Yeah,
kill,
yeah.
my following would be twice as bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My not even opportunities, because there's opportunities that I wouldn't take anyway. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But you know what I'm trying to, you know
Yeah,
the grasp what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
So, but like I says, realness, you can't defeat realness. It is what it is.
It's the
Even if
truth.
5 people are hearing it, that's it. I'm
Yeah.
happy with the 5 people that are getting it for now. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the more we do it, the more it's gonna grow.
Yeah.
The more it's gonna expand.
Agree.
Yeah.
The truth.
Do you feel like you're part of a group of people that have been born with a gift or an ability to communicate in a certain way, or do you think about these young lads like looking at you thinking, God, I want to be like him, like, but they don't believe in themselves? What's your advice to them? Get in the booth and just start spitting.
What musical?
Yeah,
like,
musical.
music-wise?
Like, want to see what you do, because let's just think about it in a creative way. Because being creative, taking that step to do something creative and show the world, I mean, that's a massive step to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's such a big kind of, even us, when we first did this, we were like, Right, the first episode's going
sound
out. Like,
crap.
you know, I found, back now it's crap. I found new friends are watching it. And
It's sick though. It's not crap. It's sick.
Now we are. You watch back.
Trust me.
Well, thank you.
Because you have to, that's the answer though. Like the answer is you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you have to start on the bar, the 20 bar,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's the start. Even if you're struggling on to get free out, that's the start. Because you know what? By the end of the month, you're gonna have 10s on, and you're gonna be doing 5. You know what I mean? And the more
But what gets you in the gym to try and lift the bar in the first place?
you got to, well, for me, you have to kind of know what you kind of want. You have to know what you kind of want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Did you write something, rap it, record it for the first time, and go,
Yeah, when was the first time someone
like,
looked at you
whoa,
and went,
like that's it.
sick.
I'm now going to show
Did
the
you
world
remember
that
that?
I'm a hip hop artist.
You know what it was? For me personally, it was being able to like I said, the Nas lyric,
Yeah.
being able to spit that flawless, like from front to back, like it was my own.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
I
That was a
felt
party trick.
I felt that.
That was
Listen,
a party
And
trick.
that must
But
have
listen,
look
Yeah,
for
like
it.
we're on.
Yeah.
Kind of cold, you know.
Yeah.
And then that made me kind of like, you know what? Let me try and pen my little 2-2 lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And then when we had like little under 16s parties, I used to jump on the mic and then kind of shell it down, like kind of like get reloads from the DJs. It was like, yo, you kind of got something, you know. And then I got introduced to studio, like being in the studio. Like it's two different things. Studio and performing. It's like, you know what I mean. Like studio's way different to the kind of like just getting on a mic and.
tell me about that,
and
because I've
spitting,
often wondered that, because in the studio you're a bit more protected, you can redo things, you're
Yeah.
engineering, aren't you? You're piecing a track together.
It's the more polished outcome.
But do you ever then get on the show and go, wait a minute, like I've got to make this sound like that recorded version?
This is where the
Like, you
procrastination comes in.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is where, this like because you think, am I gonna sound right? No, well, this is what I think. Am I gonna sound right? I'm not even gonna get what I'm talking about, and am I gonna forget the words?
Yeah.
So these are all the obstacles I face as performing.
Because you get singers, don't you, that hit notes in the studio and then on the stage they can't do it.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Football's the same. People training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
They get out of the pitch
Yeah.
in front of
And
the
a lot of these young people now, they actually have the tune playing in the background. Where I grew up in an era where it's just the instrumental.
Yeah.
Like you got to spit your bars, mate.
Yeah.
And if you fuck up, you fuck up.
Do
You know what I
do
mean?
you think kids now want to be too perfect? You know, like with the
Course they do.
football, they want to be Ronaldo. Do you know what I
they
mean?
do.
With it, you know, you
Course
got to
they do.
start at the bottom, and
Yeah,
people
you
don't
got to
really-
graft,
yeah,
man. You got to graft.
That culture's going. That culture, it's going. People want to get rich quick. Instagram, fame, YouTube,
Trust
fame.
me.
That,
Scary.
That grind and hustle. In fact, if you say that now, if you go around saying to people, you've got to grind, you've got to hustle, people criticise you. No, you don't. You've got to stay safe. And
Yeah, it's
you've
mad.
got to self-care and take care of yourself. And I say to people, I've had this argument with people before, do you work hard or do you work smart? Or, grinding and all this is a load of rubbish.
Well, also anxiety and positive energy. You know, before
Yeah,
you're
but
on
even
stage.
but accept that the first few years you're going to be anxious.
Yeah.
Like accept all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to grind hard for 5 years minimum.
Yeah.
Before
Just
you
to be just to be confident in yourself.
just be confident in yourself, and then you can start to just try to be a bit more smart about
Yeah.
where you're going about
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
But
100.
I think that work ethic culture kind of just but it's running out. It's running
Like
out.
for me, like 'cause I play football as well, innit? Like,
Yeah.
I would rather have a 11 of grafters than
One top star.
the top star.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm saying to the man them like, if you lot just graft and put in the work, we're winning the game.
Yeah.
We're winning the game.
Yeah.
But like he says, man want to do the step over thing. Man want to do that running when it's, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's
it's,
a content highlight reel, don't it?
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. It's for the highlight reels. And
Yeah.
for me, like,
Life
nah,
ain't
mate.
a highlight reel.
Just talking about football though, I've seen you in a Forest top and I've seen you in Arsenal top, so you need to just settle that one.
That confused me
It
as well.
speaks for itself. Arsenal, Ian Wright is from growing up.
Yeah,
Ian
yeah,
Wright,
fair
and
enough.
I'm from Notts. It's
Yeah.
Notts. It's Notts, isn't it?
Yeah, that track though. I know I said it again, but when you were talking to me about like being able, that moment that you had where you learned. You spat the whole thing from start to finish. Like I got that feeling from you when on that Baby Mode track that you did.
Yeah.
You rap that like it was one big verse.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
how I measure how good somebody is. Like
Yeah.
when I'm listening to music.
Yeah.
Because these days you get these tracks, don't you, from hip hop artists where it's all just music and singing, and then they do two
Synthesized as
tiny
well.
little verses.
Yeah.
Repeated.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Over and
Yeah,
over
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is that hip hop or is that pop disguised as hip hop?
Yeah, that's it.
Lazy pop.
Lazy
That's what we call it.
I like that.
Let's call it lazy
It's
pop.
lazy pop. It's lazy pop,
Lazy
mate.
pop or lazy hop?
Lazy hop.
But yeah,
Pop hop.
That's a good one.
pop
We've just
hop,
created
mate.
a new
Yeah,
genre.
it's pop hop. It's pop hop.
Or hip hop.
Hip hop's
You
its
got
own
too far.
entity.
Yeah. Sorry. Digress on that one.
We did, yeah.
I like the fact that with the production of the videos, and then you know where the street is. I love that because it looks big, and then it's so obviously when you're from Nottingham as well. You're like, I know what that is.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
It
That's
looks
it.
On
sick
your
as
video,
well.
is it called Bully?
Yeah,
Track,
Bully.
the Bully. So in the video, you've got like the setup of the young lad who
Is that at the
gets
bus stop?
in-
That's at the bus stop. Yeah,
Yeah,
the bus stop.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
That's gullible. That's gullible.
Oh, gullible. Yes,
Yeah,
it is gullible.
This one's down in Centre, isn't it?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one,
shops. Yeah,
the shops in Centre,
yeah.
So how do you get all them kids to do that? Like, where do you get them from?
It's like I says, like, cause I work at a studio, innit? CRS. Shout out to CRS. So we do studio work there, workshops and that, and like half of these kids, like I'm saying, half of these kids they're talented in it, but then sometimes they don't even know that they can act, or sometimes they don't even know that they can do something. So sometimes I kind of just push them in the deep end and say, yo, I need get 5 of your brethrens, and this is what we're gonna do. You get me? And that's literally that's what it was. And then Ashton, he smashed it. He smashed it. The little youth who played my nephew, and even the rest of the youths, they smashed it. You know what I mean? And I'm saying, see, like you lot can do this, but sometimes it's about just kind of creating the platform for them to kind of understand and see it, like, yo, you know what, we can actually do it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we can do it. I'm gonna do more of this. And after that video there, that Bully one, it was like they would be on me like, Joe, when's the next one, but I don't want them to rely on me though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I want you lot to go out and do your thing, you know what I'm saying? So
you've given them the footpath and they've got to find their own way,
and
sort of
that's it,
thing.
and that's it. But yeah, like, yeah, Bully was a good one. Bully's one of my personal favorite ones.
And then I listened to track Therapy.
Therapy, yeah.
So is that a person?
That's personal.
That's a personal
Everything's
story?
personal. Everything's
I saw
real.
a bit of anger in your face as you was rapping that one.
Yeah. That's real, man. So yeah, that's just talking about like traumas. That's just talking about personal traumas and just, you know, like growing up and like things that I'm going through. Like, you know, personally, like I say, not everything's glitz and glamour. Not everything's. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's mad because the amount of people that messaged me or emailed me through that one track and say, yo, like, you spat my life. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I actually can't believe, like, everything you said was me.
That must feel good when you get that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, like you said earlier, the more vulnerable you are, like, everybody feels vulnerability. We all do.
Yeah.
Like, in some shape.
It's a brave thing to be vulnerable, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've learned that. I've learned that over the years. Like, you know what? To be an open book and to be vulnerable, like, it's, you resonate with a lot more people than you think you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To be open and vulnerable in a situation where I take it that guy was an actor.
Derry, that's Derry Shalito, so he's one of the videographers as well.
Oh, is he one of the videographers?
Yeah, he's sick.
So there's him, and then you've got the camera people as well.
Rexo,
and then you're being creative, and at the same time being creative about your own internal mental health.
So you have to paint the picture, don't you? You have to paint the picture because remember the tune's I've already wrote the tune.
Yeah.
So that
you've accepted it.
Yeah, me getting that off my chest is all. I've got it off my chest a long time ago.
Yeah,
now we've just got to kind of.
It's a performance.
Now we've got to create the picture and make it
So
come across to the people, like the normal, like the people who are not artists can kind of grasp it, you know what I mean, and feel it, you know.
That's why I think, like, with being a poet, when you said you was a poet and things like that, I looked at that because I seen something the other day on happiness, and it was like, pick out the beautiful parts of life, like, but are ordinary. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you do.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. I like that quote. Yeah, that's amazing. That's it.
With your poetry, do you do that separately to your hip hop, or do you amalgamate the two?
Yeah, it's all one. It's all one.
All
yeah,
one
for me,
thing.
it's all one.
Because in that documentary that I've seen about the ends, Poets in the Ends, is that what it's called? So there's segments there where you're in the kitchen and you're literally reading out poetry.
Yeah.
But then I sense that's a difference to a track of hip hop.
Yeah, it's just different forms of different genres, isn't it? It's just different.
It gets you different.
Different expressions.
It gets you different. When you did it,
So like if I'm on a grime track, you're gonna you're gonna be up for it. Like you wanna jump on a treadmill or get in the gym. But if I'm on a poetry thing, you might be just like, I don't know.
I felt more powerful, you know. When you're doing it, the words became because it is just the words,
and that is spoken word. I think spoken word is a bit more intimate. It's a bit more intimate. Like poetry is a bit more. It's a bit more realer. Like even though it's all real, but it's a bit more. There's no hiding place with spoken word. You can't hide. Like sometimes a lot of production saves a lot of these artists because the production's up there, but the
performance isn't.
Not even the performance. The content isn't. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, spoken word's different to reading words, isn't it? Because spoken word, you can put your own context to what you're saying. Because you can say the same sentence, it means two different things.
There you go, yeah.
So you can take them on that journey.
It's a journey, yeah.
Where when you read them, you have to do that part yourself.
Yeah,
And then it's just that one journey that you're going on where you can express several.
I agree, I agree.
So I take it for that reason. Can I ask, Dan, like, Have you got any haters? Do you get any
Of
online
course, of course.
haters?
Yeah, of
Because you
course.
just come across like you're just such a nice guy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I can't imagine that. To be
Yeah,
honest.
of course,
So
like
smiley and
you
happy
know,
all
you
the
know
time,
that
man.
this internet, but you know, it's the
Yeah.
internet's the internet, innit? You got to expect that the internet is undefeated. Like,
What's the best way to deal
'Cause
with
we're
that?
new to all this.
I don't even look at it. I
Don't even engage,
Nah, I
don't
don't
you?
even
Just
engage it
yeah.
because you know what? It's one of my brethren. He was going back and forth. I'm reading it. It's going back and forth with some. So I don't even know who it was.
Just a troll.
Just a
Yeah,
troll. Like,
yeah.
but he's proper getting mad. I'm
Right,
saying
yeah.
I had to phone him and say, "Yo, bro, like." How are you on the big internet of arguing with this guy that you're never gonna see? you don't know him.
It's so true.
Like,
So
and, you're-
true,
and it's
yeah.
upset. He's very upset.
Yeah,
like,
it's
so I'm
okay.
saying, nah, man, fuck that off. Like, that that made no sense.
You've allowed someone in
It's
to
like
get your energy.
anger is punishment to yourself for someone else's mistake.
It's self-harming.
That's what it is.
It's
isn't it?
self-harming.
Yeah.
It's self-harming.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't.
You got to
you can't-
protect your energy.
You
haven't
got
you?
to protect
Yeah,
it.
it's true.
It's real.
We had a YouTuber in here earlier,
Yeah,
Nick, and we asked him the same question, didn't we? And he said that at the start he was just like getting drawn in by, and now it's just like
Argue with
I can't-
everyone.
You can't
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, you can't win.
can't win. Like
Yeah.
the internet will eat you up, mate. If you consume that, yeah, like you're done. You're
Yeah.
done, mate.
Yeah, if you're going to try and win an argument, you'd try and win the argument with an internet.
Oh, I don't know.
He's
I don't-
he's gonna be roped in. He's gonna be
I
consumed.
don't know.
by it.
Because I understand the troll situation, and it's the minute you engage in that. But I am a little bit argumentative. I get what they're saying.
Yeah.
But at some points, you just got to go, no, I'm not wasting my time because nothing good's going to come of that.
It's long.
That's how it is.
And I think people that do things like that, they're going through their own thing. They're just reflecting
I
something.
don't
that's
care.
It's
happening.
straight. So when you understand that concept, like that's everything you're portraying right now and expressing. That's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it's all
that's
them.
your thing. Like I'm gonna leave you with your thing.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. So like I said, it's self-harming, innit? If I engage in it, I'm hurting myself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's me. Like I could be pissed off, but this guy's probably drinking tea and eating crumpets, mate, with his missus, mate.
Laughing his head off.
And I'm punching holes in the wall, mate. Like, you know what I mean? Because this guy on the
He's got
internet.
another one. Got another one.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
There are people who make a living out of it, aren't they?
I'm
Who
telling you,
literally
yeah,
just scroll the
it's
internet,
serious,
pissing
it's
people
serious.
off.
It's serious.
It's sad, really, though, isn't it?
It is sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad because some people get absolutely like. Not everyone can ignore it, can they?
People
No.
take their life. Like
Take their life.
it's a real thing. Like
Yeah.
people
It's a serious-
commit suicide
You've
over
got kids with big followings on TikTok, and then they get abuse
it's
from
crazy,
people.
mate. It's crazy. But like I said, they just got to learn that concept of the self-harming thing. Like, yo, it's
Yeah.
you can't change it. You can't change it.
Because it's so important, that should be in curriculum, I think, especially with the presence of social media now. They should be lessons on what we're talking about. Because like you say, not everyone can just know to switch off or know not to engage, but it's so prevalent now in social
young
media.
kids care a lot about photos because people are taking photos and altering them, and we never had that when we was kids. You couldn't alter a photo.
Yeah,
or anything
yeah.
like that, do you know what I mean? So people are
Yeah, it's
doing
deep.
that, and it's getting more and more. I think.
It's deep. It's deep. It's deep.
Dangerous.
I obviously because I'm from Nottingham, and us that are from Nottingham are always going to say good things about Nottingham. But I do think there's something like special about Nottingham.
Yeah, of course.
There's something special about it,
100%.
especially the urban parts of Nottingham, the central
Yeah.
parts of Nottingham. Now I felt that in your music as well,
Yeah.
where you were, the things you were talking about. Do you get any feedback around that? I mean, do you have a lot of people watching your content from London and Manchester and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course. All
But
around the world, to be honest.
But do
Like,
you feel that you are massively influenced by Nottingham? And do you think that comes
Me,
across?
I'm influenced.
Yeah, your
Ah,
music, sorry.
Yeah, 'cause you
I'm
project
not
Nottingham.
so David.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But you
I'm
feel that in your music.
I'm
yeah.
not a sore day. Like I'm saying, like before, like I said, when I was growing up 11, 12, 13, I was from Queensbridge, New York, mate. I was heavily influenced
Yeah.
by them American man. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But growing up and like just kind of getting used to my thing, like owning where we're from and who we are and what we're about is powerful. Like I told these youths all the time, they come to the studio and they spit like they're from London. I'm like, why do you even sound like you don't talk like that? Why do you sound like a Cockney? Like it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you sound like you're from Brixton, mate,
Yeah.
and you're from Broxton. So
They may be giving B, but they're miles away.
no, it's mad. A load of them do it. So I'm telling them like, yo, you know, if you sound like where you're from, there's more power in that. Like
Yeah.
people get to know you, like you're the real you, and that's what I've
Which
kind
is
of
more
worked with.
endearing because it's so genuine.
It's original as well, isn't it? It's originality.
Literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I champion knots all day, mate. Like I love it. Like I
Sick.
love going to London or going to Birmingham or going to Liverpool and doing the knots thing, like my thing, innit? Like
Representing.
yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Even with the Premiership now, you can see Nottingham's right.
Yeah, man, we're in there now. We're in the big league.
In the
Yeah.
mix. We're in the mix.
We're in the mix.
Yeah.
We're in the mix, mate.
Well, Dan, it's been absolutely amazing. Like I
Amazing.
could sit and talk to you all night.
Yeah,
Like,
I know,
the energy in the
Yes,
room.
man, it's a
like,
pleasure, man.
The energy that you bring is just amazing.
Mm.
So we know you're on YouTube.
Yes.
Where else can people find your music?
YouTube, so Spotify. You can get me on the Spotify. You can get me on the Apple. All the streaming digital platforms. You get me on, like I said, Insta, TikTok, all the social medias.
And it's all
You know what I mean?
Jah Digga, yeah?
All at
No
Jah
other
Digga.
name, just
No
Jah
other
Digga.
name,
Yeah.
all at Jah Digga. Get me on all of them, and yeah, man, just
Yeah.
come and lock in, man, and jump on board, mate.
Yeah,
Jump on board.
positive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I would
yeah.
definitely recommend that people watch the documentary.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
And I'll bang a
documentary.
card in for that now
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Beautiful,
Watch
beautiful.
Put a
Let's
little,
get people to watch
post a bit there, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I've sussed it.
Oh, have you? You know how to do it?
When you upload the videos, this is how we're novices.
We-
When you upload the videos,
Still learners now.
at the end, there's an option to add a card at any point, and then it will link it to whatever video.
Oh, nailed it.
We
There
met
we
Sarah
go.
in the
I'm a
week going,
YouTube
check
check
this
this out.
Listen.
Wow, fucking hell.
Dan,
You can
listen,
link
yeah.
that. My
We're
kids
doing,
go,
see
what?
this setup, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? But you know, actually getting it out there, we're completely useless.
Yeah.
We're proper old fossils, aren't we?
We're doing VHS tapes out.
You just gotta roll it out, man. Roll it out.
He was
Roll
on
it out.
TikTok live earlier. We're like, we've got an Instagram as well, you know. I've got a Facebook.
It was a bit cringe.
It's good, though. It's
I'm glad
good.
it's live, not recorded.
It's good.
Yeah. Ben?
Right, okay, yeah. I've got some quick fire questions
Yeah,
for
let's,
you.
let's get it.
We
It's-
end every podcast like this.
There's no thinking. It's just one or the other.
Straight, yeah, straight.
Quick question, quick answer.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
of them.
Right, okay, let's go. Tupac or Biggie?
Pack.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Early mornings or late nights?
Early mornings.
Cannonball into the pool or dip a toe in first?
Oh, dip a toe in.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Yeah.
Social time or me time? Oh, he's thinking about that one.
It's half and half, but
If you had to lean one way.
Yeah, need an answer.
social time.
Social time, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being bad, 10 being amazing, how clean is your house right now?
6.5.
That's not bad.
You didn't have to think about
Honest.
that.
6.5.
Honest.
You've left that,
6
you
and a
got
half.
the
No,
Yeah.
6.5.
Relaxing holiday or active holiday?
Active.
Active. Would you rather a flattering lie or a hard truth?
Hard truth.
Hard truth. Dream relationship or dream job?
Ooh. Dream job.
Dream job.
Dream
No,
job.
okay.
Dream job.
Right, these ones are going a bit mad now. Would you rather be attacked by 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Yeah, that's mad.
That's it. That's a difficult one.
Think about
100.
horse-sized
It has
Yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah.
100 small horses.
Yeah, but one.
Just stand on
A
them.
horse-sized duck, mate.
That's just
Horse-sized
one
duck.
thing you got to worry about.
It's
It's
just- that will kill you.
It's just
That
me.
will murk
It's just
you.
me and him. It's just me and him. It's me and the duck.
That's what I mean.
It's just me and the duck.
100 is a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot.
You can keep your eyes on
Yeah,
them.
that's it. That's it.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Serious.
Right, and the last question. I kind of didn't want to ask this, but let's go for it.
This is.
Right, wiping your bum. Stood up or sit down?
I heard this one out there. Sat down. Sat
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Sat
Sat
down.
down. That's
It's
normal.
only- it's only you
We're-
two.
we're-
well.
You were so
We've got to get this
confident at the
debate out
start.
there.
I
we
know.
were.
I think we need to change the
Stand
question.
up.
What about crouch? If you
Stand
change
up.
the stand up to a crouch.
Yeah, the crouch.
Okay,
The
so-
crouch.
Yeah,
The crouch.
Yeah, but you're trying to bring it down. Stand up. That's what you said. Stand
So
up.
do you crouch or sit down?
Crouch.
No, you're changing it.
No,
You
that's
said you
a
sit down.
No,
Okay.
not standing up.
There
I
we
can't
go.
believe we're getting into
We
this.
did every podcast like this.
Every time. Every time.
Mutual win. Leave it.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, no, mate.
Nice one, Jah
Right,
Digga.
yeah, it's
Amazing.
been a pleasure.
Pleasure,
Cheers,
man.
mate.
Thank you. That was bad, boy.
Yeah, man. Sick, man.
Hey, yo.